this was something I wanted to expand upon at the end of the last video a bit more, but it deserved its own video, right? Scientificamerican.com posted an article that shared a study published by Nature Human Behavior involving 14.8 million people that examined how you can basically, quote, infect your romantic partner with your mental health conditions. Basically, you can share your psychiatric disorders with people you're dating. And they found in the study that if one person had one of 9 psychiatric disorders, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, ADHD, autism, OCD, substance use, and anorexia, it was found that their partner had a significantly more likely chance to also be diagnosed with this condition later on. Now, that's interesting because how does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Because when I first read this, though, 2 thoughts came to mind. First one was this. It does say that obviously these issues can exist before the relationship begins, right? Like obviously you can have depression before dating someone or OCD or something, right? But it's basically saying, without saying it bluntly, because I kind of put it in the title there bluntly, mental disorders can be a learned behavior. That's what it's basically saying. And I do have opinion about that. But before, my second thought I had when I first read this was that this actually does make sense to me to an extent. Because I've seen people and experienced it myself when dating someone who has a specific condition, disorder, or whatever, where I may start to adopt some of their tendencies. Hey, you know that one friend who wasn't, quote, crazy until he started dating that, quote, crazy person? And even after they broke up, they're still acting crazy. It's like that person like permanently damaged them or something, right? Like, so this goes back to my opinion I had, right? And we've all heard when people say, you are who you hang around. And people will say that and they don't take it serious. And this topic or research or whatever shouldn't be hyper focused on relationships, in my opinion. It should also be related to friends and family. Some people, yes, genetics can obviously cause you to inherit mental disorders or conditions. Inherit, rather, if I said that correctly. But as kids, obviously as kids, we mimic our parents' behavior. We also learn to adopt their characteristics that may be externalized through their mental disorder. We tend to take habits from our parents because we were impressionable kids and our parents were supposed to be, or at least may still be, our role models. And this is why when you are a parent, you got to act like a role model. So when your parent has some sort of psychiatric disorder, because I know some of you guys may live in like a chaotic household, right? And your parent or parents may clearly be mentally unwell, and you are following in the same footsteps as them because this is what you're exposed to as an impressionable kid, teenager, you can also learn that behavior. Again, I'm not disqualifying genetic inheritance, but man, think about others or yourself. How many people do you know alongside their family? How many people do you know and their family where you've seen them adopting unfavorable traits from family members? You know that saying, like father, like son, like mother, like daughter? Hey, maybe it's more than just genetics sometimes. And this is why you need to surround yourself and especially date someone who is your stability. A crazy girl or guy will also drive you crazy. It's not rocket science. You stick with someone who is tough, mentally mature, strong-minded, they're going to rub those same qualities on you. Even if you think about it from a spiritual or esoteric perspective, 2 energies can coexist, but they cannot overlap. Taoism teaches this. Passive and active, dark and light, feminine and masculine, yin and yang. Yin will always be yin. Yang will always be yang. You can have both together, but yin cannot be on top of yang and vice versa, because what's eventually going to happen when that does happen, I'm not saying it cannot, but when it does happen, is the energy that's on top will overcome the other. The stronger presence will override the weaker presence. If you keep a bird in a cage for too long, it might forget the innate freedom or potential it had when it was able to fly around because it's been confined for so long. Freedom isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional. In terms of that bird in the cage example, it could be applied to your own life. Who you hang around or your relationship can clip your own wings. You've been so confined because you've been exposed to someone's characteristics. That's all you really been exposed to, these same type of people. And you begin to either adopt their personality traits or whatever characteristics, or forget what it means to be mentally and emotionally free again. So I thought this study was very interesting, and it doubles down on why I say in videos that, which people seem to disagree on this take here, but I've always said this, and I've done it myself, and I've seen results. If you're depressed or whatever, right, you're going through stuff, stop trying to date or be friends with other depressed or miserable people. I've seen people literally be completely happy and then start hanging around with those who are in misery all the time. And now they're miserable. Oh, what a coincidence, right? Nah, it's just something. Yeah, let's blame everything else besides. Don't let someone else's challenges or problems pass on to you. That's the moral of the video. Stop trying to be everyone's therapist because you're trying to be nice. People will literally only talk to you about their drama or problems or stressful stuff that they're going through all the time. And it's draining. Don't get it twisted. Once in a while, it's okay to be there to support and help someone, especially if it's a friend dealing with a rough time or time period or situation. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. Someone needs help. Someone wants advice. It is what it is. But every interaction with them, every day, every time we talk, it's drama or some problematic stuff you're going through. Like, it's vampiric. And some people are just going to straight up be that way, though. That has become their personality. I made a whole video about that. Like, bro, some people, they're not even really sad. They're just used to being sad. So they don't know how to break out of being sad at this point. They're not even like, they don't even remember what made them sad at this point. They're just in a cycle. And I made a whole video about that. I forgot what it was called. I'll put it on the screen. I'll edit it in the screen. Or I'll put it in the description if I'm not lazy. But, when people act vampiric like this, they end up wondering why nobody wants to be friends with them, or people aren't talking to them as much, or people start getting distant. Like, oh, now everyone's fake to you, right? All of a sudden we're fake because y'all are vampiric. You wonder why, and then new people you meet, you wonder why people won't talk to them for longer than a few days, weeks, or months. Like, if you're a constant vampiric draining people, people don't want to be around you. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. Because you're socially tolling to them. And if you let somebody drain you like that because they're family or they're your partner, you love them. So you're going to let them drain you, right? Or you don't want to feel bad because it's your friend, right? This is your friend. They're going through something, right? And again, this doesn't mean you just, you're going through something. Stop being a bitch. No, like, for real, you can help your friend. You know what I'm saying? You could be there. But like, sometimes if you let it constantly drain you or toll you, and you don't want to say no to somebody because you don't want to feel like a bad friend, or you want to be like a bad son or daughter or a bad boyfriend or girlfriend, hey, sometimes it's necessary to take steps back. If possible. You can't always do that. I say if possible because family, obviously, you may live with them, you know what I'm saying? But this goes all the way back to the study here, right? You spend too much time around them. You end up doing things just like them. Or you let their mental conditions or problems start to, quote, infect you. And now you're also depressed. Now suddenly you also have anxiety issues. You may have other disorders you start to put on to other people. You start to externalize, like father, like son, like mother, like daughter. Again, the moral of the video is don't let someone else's challenges or problems pass on to you. What do you guys think? This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.